What if I told you the money in your pocket was never created to make you rich, but to keep you obedient, not through force, not through laws, but through a silent design built piece by piece over centuries, so subtle that most people live their entire lives inside it without ever noticing the cage, because the real secret of modern money isn't how it's earned, it's how it controls. And once you understand how the system was constructed, you'll never look at a dollar, a rupee, or a single loan the same way again. Today, we're breaking down the hidden architecture of money, how it was engineered to shape your behavior, limit your freedom, and quietly steer entire nations. And the most disturbing part, the system is working exactly as planned. To understand how money became a tool of obedience, we need to rewind far before modern banks, before digital payments, even before governance-controlled currency. Early money was simple: gold, silver, grain, real value. Something you could touch, but real value had a problem. You couldn't control people with it. You couldn't create more gold overnight. You couldn't manipulate supply to create loyalty. And you definitely couldn't make entire nations dependent on a central authority. That kind of power would only come much later through a series of decisions made by kings, bankers, and governments, each one pushing society a little closer toward a money system built on dependence instead of freedom. And if you think this system happened naturally, keep watching, because every major shift in money has a cause, an architect, and a motive. Our story begins with a problem faced by early rulers. How do you control a large population without constant violence? The answer: control the money, and you control the people. In ancient kingdoms, rulers debased coins, shaving off gold, mixing cheap metals, lowering purity. The public stayed obedient because the coins looked the same. Meanwhile, rulers gained wealth, armies, and influence. This was the earliest version of financial obedience, money that slowly lost value while people worked harder just to keep up. But this was nothing compared to what happened when banks entered the story. Fast forward to the 1600s, wars were expensive, kings were broke, and bankers had an idea that would change the world forever. We lend you money, we don't actually have. This was the birth of fractional reserve banking, when money stopped being a physical asset and became a promise, and promises can be manufactured endlessly. Once governments allowed banks to lend more money than they held, debt became the foundation of modern society. Not gold, not silver, not real production. Debt. And here's the trick: if debt is the foundation, then people must work, not to build wealth, but to service debt. The system was starting to form. For centuries, currency was still tied to gold. That link was a leisure limit on how much money governments could create. But in 1971, everything changed. When the gold standard collapsed, money officially became imaginary, not backed by anything, not limited by anything, created at will. This was the moment money became a tool of obedience on a global scale. Because once money has no limit, neither does debt. And when debt has no limit, you are never meant to be free of it. The system now had all the ingredients: infinite money, infinite debt, infinite dependence, but the fallout was just beginning. After 1971, something shocking happened. Productivity kept rising, but wages stopped. For the first time in modern history, workers produced more, but earned less in real value. Why? Because newly created money went to banks, corporations, and governments, not workers. Debt, credit cards spread, mortgages ballooned, student loans became normal, governments borrowed more than ever, and the public found themselves trapped inside a system where the cost of living rose faster than income by design. Because if you are always paying, you are always working. And if you're always working, you're too busy to question who benefits. Spoiler, it isn't you. Every time the system strained under its own weight, leaders claimed to fix it. Interest rate cuts, quantitative easing, stimulus packages, bailouts, rescues. But these weren't fixes, they were reinforcements. Each one added more debt, more inflation, more dependence. Each one pushed wealth upward from workers to institutions, and each solution made the original design stronger. The system wasn't failing, it was functioning exactly as intended. Today, the patterns are impossible to ignore. Global debt has surpassed $300 trillion. Governments borrow money they can never repay. Banks profit more from debt than from growth. 60% of workers cannot cover a $500 emergency. The top 1% owns more wealth than the bottom half of the world combined. But the biggest pattern: every crisis, financial, political, or global, ends with the same outcome: more debt, more control, more dependence. And now a new chapter is beginning. Central bank digital currencies, programmable money, trackable transactions, purchasing controls. If the old system controlled you through debt, the new system may control you through permission. The design is evolving. So here are the 3 takeaways you need to be aware of. First, money is no longer a store of value, it's a system of behavior. It guides how you work, spend, save, and think without you noticing. Second, debt is not an accident, it's the engine. Governments, banks, and economies require you to stay indebted for the system to function. Third, inflation is a silent tax and the most effective form of control. You lose value every year, even when you do everything right. The money system was not designed to serve you, it was designed to use you. And the sooner you understand its mechanics, the sooner you can step outside its influence. Because the real question isn't how money controls the world, it's how much longer people will accept a system that was never built for their freedom. If you found this eye-opening, share it. More people need to understand the system they're trapped in. And if you want more breakdowns on money, debt, power, and financial history, hit subscribe. This is only the beginning.